Despite a questionable period in the 2010s, Sonic as a franchise has seen overall success in the past year and a half, and that is due to the two main games that were released in the past 2 years, 2022 and then 2023. Sonic Frontiers was released November 2022, and that was a 3D platformer that was overall received very well. And then October of 2023, so just a few months ago, Sonic Superstars, a 2D platformer, was released, and that game also looks very incredible. That, I believe, was also received very well. So I don't know if you can call it a comeback, because obviously the series never actually went away. But like I said, it kind of went through a questionable period. So now it is good to see two main games back to back within just a year of each other, doing overall relatively well. So obviously the question on everybody's mind now is, where does Sonic go in 2024? What does Sega have planned for Sonic going forward? And from what I can see, the future right now is kind of vague as far as Sega's official plans that they have announced. With Sonic, it really doesn't look like there's any main game that has been officially announced that is in the works. Although, obviously, I'm sure they have a ton of games that are currently in the works for Sonic. I mean, obviously, Sonic to them is like Mario to Nintendo. I'm sure they are always planning years and years down the line. Well, a new rumor is suggesting that one of these games that is currently in the works by Sega is a Fall Guys-like spin-off. Yeah, I kind of wasn't expecting that one, to be honest, but it could definitely work. Obviously, like I said, this is a spin-off. This wouldn't be a main Sonic game. Now, this is all according to what appears to be a reputable Sega leaker. This is planned to be a Sonic mobile game, which wouldn't be a huge surprise considering Sega has had a lot of Sonic mobile games released recently. In fact, just last month, they had a Sonic Dream Team that was released on mobile. So yeah, they're no stranger to mobile releases. And yeah, the leaker is just suggesting that this whole spin-off, the style of the gameplay, is going to be a multiplayer style casual party game that's very similar to Fall Guys. I'm sure everybody knows what Fall Guys is, even if you haven't played it like myself. You know that it's just a very big, very successful multiplayer party game where you go through different challenges, different mini games, stuff like that. It's all lighthearted fun. And funny enough, Sonic actually just had a skin pack, or a costume pack, I think it's called in Fall Guys, that they just released, I believe, in Fall Guys very recently as part of a Sega Fall Guys sort of a little collaboration. Now, of course, this is very common for games like this to sort of collaborate with other gaming companies to put these gaming companies' skins in their games. Fortnite does it a lot. Call of Duty Warzone does it a lot. So it's not like extremely significant, extremely notable to say that Fall Guys put some Sonic-related costume packs in their game recently, but of course it does just show that maybe Sega saw this, and maybe they were already kind of interested in a game like this going forward. I honestly think this would be very cool, but of course we'll see how it actually plays out. From what it looks like, Sega has experimented, I guess you could say, a lot with different play styles of different games in the Sonic universe. I mean, they've had different racing games, different arcade games. Like I said, they've had a lot of different like mobile releases recently. Even on Wikipedia, yeah, I'm on the Wikipedia page for the list of Sonic the Hedgehog video games to help myself kind of understand it more, because I'm definitely not an expert on Sonic. But yeah, even on that page, it actually has to list the games in categories because there's so many different kinds of games. Like, along with the 2D platformers and 3D platformers, there are other Sonic game categories such as arcade games, educational games, Sonic Cafe games, whatever that means, and then just something that says other spin-offs. Yeah, my point being, it definitely looks like they have experimented a lot with different Sonic games, so something like this wouldn't necessarily be out of the ordinary. I think it could definitely do well if they do it right. I definitely don't think it would necessarily have the potential to be as massively popular as Fall Guys, but you never know. Other platformers like Sonic have experimented with stuff like this very recently and have not done too well. The prime example that I can think of is the recent Crash Bandicoot spin-off called Crash Team Rumble that was released last year. It's kind of a similar style to what I'm talking about here for this Sonic spin-off game. Crash Team Rumble is like a multiplayer party type game, and it does look fun, but overall it has not been received very well, and commercially, sales-wise, profit-wise, it looks like it hasn't done the best. So hopefully Sega can look at that and kind of look at the failures of that game and other similar types of spin-off games and make sure that they don't run into the same problems, the same mistakes. We will definitely see what happens going forward. There's definitely a lot that's going to be coming for Sonic. In the future, we've got the third Sonic movie. We've also got rumors of another 3D platform platformer that is in the works. But it looks like we can add to that long list a Fall Guys casual party style game for the Sonic universe that is possibly in the works.